Hey guys, I'm Little Art Demon and welcome to my channel. And how are you doing today? Are you doing okay? I hope so. And today, as you can see, I'm very excited because I'll be talking a little bit about the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. There won't be spoilers in the first part of the video, so don't worry if you still haven't watched the movie. Before we get started with the video, I'd just like to say a quick thank you to everyone that has joined me lately. I really appreciate all of you guys and I hope you like this video. So let's just get started. Before anything, let me just tell you what I'll be drawing. It will be a self-portrait of how I went dressed to watch the movie, because when art block hits, it's just easy to draw whatever it is that I'm wearing. I wore an outfit inspired by Freddy Fazbear. I even made a little head that would stick to a hairpin with magnets. I can show it on the screen so you can see. But yeah, not a cosplay, just an outfit inspired by the character, and I made it pretty because I wanted to look pretty. Now that we have that out of the way, let me start by telling you that I really liked the movie. It had the right tone, where it was goofy sometimes and even funny, but it was also a little bit tense and spooky. I think they managed really well to get the key points of the lore of the FNAF universe, while still having creative freedom to get something new out of the movie. But I will say, even if I did enjoy it, when I first watched it, it wasn't that great of an experience because of things outside of the movie. Let me explain it to you. I watched it on Wednesday last week. It was the first day that the movie was released here in Portugal, I believe. Tuesday was the premiere and then Wednesday was the first day, I think. So I went with a friend because we both like the FNAF games and all the lore and theories, and we were very excited because the trailers looked great. We bought our tickets online, so in case they sold out, we'd still have some tickets to go watch the movie, and it was a very smart decision because they did sold out. When we got there, they only had like a few seats left and they were awful, so great decision. We got there like 15 minutes before the movie starts and there was a line outside the room because they were still cleaning it. And there were a lot of people there, of course the room was sold out. And most of them were teenagers because, you know, teenagers just love Five Nights at Freddy's. I started to get really into FNAF when I was around 15 or 16, so you know, it's expected for teenagers to like this game. After we got in, we sat in our places and there was a lot of talking, which I think it's normal because there were a lot of people, but it didn't bother me because the movie hadn't started yet. They weren't even showing the trailers yet, so you know, but it was a little bit louder than what I usually see when I go to the movies, so I was a little bit concerned in the beginning, but I was hopeful it would be just in that moment when everyone is just passing time waiting for the movie to start. But unfortunately, it wasn't. Every time something happened, something as minimal as like a computer screen showing nothing or the character just talking or walking, they would scream and clap and I wasn't able to hear the movie. And if you've ever gone to the movies, you know that they are loud. They have really loud speakers for you to be able to hear everything very loudly. And I couldn't hear it. There were moments where I only knew what the characters were saying because there were subtitles on screen. Otherwise, I would have lost a big part of the movie. And I'm not saying that a movie theater should be 100% quiet all the time. I've cried and I've laughed and I got scared watching movies in the cinema. It's normal to have involuntary or immediate reactions to something you watch. Like, movies are made to mess with your emotions, that's just part of it. And it's hard to control your laugh or something like that, but that isn't the same thing as not being able to watch a movie because all the 15-year-olds think they are YouTubers and have to react screaming at everything they see on the screen. And just to clarify, I'm not saying that YouTubers are wrong for reacting in a strong way in their videos, like, they can do whatever they want, but they are recording in their houses, where they don't disturb anyone else. And I paid to go watch the movie like everyone else did, but like, I couldn't enjoy it, it just felt like I should have stayed at home and watched it there. And I do understand that it's exciting to have a movie about something you really like. I was excited too about the movies, I was thinking about it for a long time. But I think if you really like something, you don't want to ruin it to other people that go watch it. I don't know, it just felt disrespectful to the people in there trying to watch the movie and also to everyone that worked so hard to make the movie that amazing. I actually rewatched it at home this week because I liked it and wanted to enjoy it properly, and after rewatching it I can say that it is indeed a great movie. It isn't super scary, but it does have some spooky moments in there that are just perfectly balanced with everything. The actors were amazing. I already knew the actor that plays Mike, but every single one of them was amazing. Even the minor characters that show up one or two times, they're all great. All the outfits were very well picked out, the way it was shot, like the camera angles and the timing and those things that I'm not in any way qualified to know the technicalities, was very good. They did a good job, what can I say? No, they are professionals at what they're doing, and I think they did a really good job. At least I liked it. And they did put a lot of details in everything. I've been watching some videos, like detecting some stuff, and it has some cool Easter eggs and references in the background or in small things. It's really cool to see. And I'll say that even if the second time watching it I already knew what was going to happen, I could still feel the tension grow in some moments. And of course, the animatronics looked so good. Like, before the trailers came out, I was a little bit worried about how they would look, but they did a perfect job making them look really, really nice. I do feel like the movie could have gone to a scarier or even a more violent direction, because even though there is a little bit of blood and violence, it's something very minimal. And you know, if it was more violent, it would be just for people over the age of 16 or even 18 to go watch, and there wouldn't be as many annoying screaming teenagers in the audience. But what do I know? And I'm just kidding now. I know that the target audience of the games, or at least the main audience of the FNAF universe, is teenagers, and so it makes sense to have the movie this way. I would personally have liked it to be a little more extreme, just for a personal reason, not the joke about the audience. Nothing too gory, but just a little bit more. But you know, the games aren't that violent or bloody in general, they aren't that heavy on what they directly show you. It's more of what's behind in the story of what happened than what you see while playing the games. So I was really happy with how they did it. I think overall it was a great movie. I would rate it at 9.5 out of 10 on the movie. I'd recommend it to watch it, being it at home or in the cinema, and if you go to the movies, I wish you good luck and I hope you have a better experience than I had. And now be careful, because I'll be stepping in spoiler territory, so if you don't wanna watch that, thank you so much for watching this video so far. Don't forget to leave a like before you leave, and I'll see you next week for a new video. For everyone that stayed that doesn't care about spoilers or has already watched the movie, I'll tell you some of my favorite moments. I like that there was a small glitch in the universal intro. I think it was a cool way to start the movie, and I did like that we start with the scene of the previous night guard being attacked. It starts the movie in a serious way, and it put me in the edge of my seat in the first minutes. I also like the way they rearranged the characters to fit these new stories, because I'm not super pro at the timeline of the FNAF universe because it is confusing. But from what I can remember or understand, I may be wrong, you can correct me in the comments, but for example, Vanessa isn't in the same timeline as Michael, like they are on the same age, and in the movie they are, but I think they did a really good way on rearranging all the characters to fit this new story. And I really liked the participation of MatPat in the movie. I really liked it, and I know it's a small thing, but I loved it so much. Game theory is one of the big reasons for why I got into FNAF in the first place, so it was really good to see MatPat there. I really like Doug, of course, like, best character in the whole movie, he's adorable. And I wish we had got more of Doug. I've heard that there were more scenes that they had to cut, but you know, Doug will always be in our hearts, he's a sweetie. I like the way the animatronics attacked the group of people that invaded the pizzeria, but like, we all know that people in horror movies aren't usually the smartest, or otherwise they would be alive, but that girl that got cut in half was braver and dumber than I'll ever be. Because there's no way I would follow a kid in an abandoned place to a giant bear robot. I'd run in the opposite direction. Don't follow kids, don't follow ghost kids, okay? The thing that scared me the most was the balloon boy toy thing, because that face would just appear on the screen and I would jump out of my seat. It was just kinda scary. It was just jump scary, it's supposed to just scare in the moment. But yeah, it happened twice and I got scared whenever it showed up. And I actually thought there would be more jump scares, because that's like a big thing of the games, especially the older games, but there weren't that many. I did like when William Afton was reading Mike's name and he says Michael and my brain was like, Michael Sheen, is that you? And you know, because I had forgotten the real name was Schmidt, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but you know, I've forgotten the name. And yes, that was the Good Omens reference for this video. I swear I don't plan this out, my brain just puts that show in everything I see. And continuing with William Afton, His death scene was great, but I would have liked to see more. Again, this is just my personal preference when it comes to horror movies, but as I said before, I understand that this was the way to go for the movie and it felt right this way. I also really liked the animatronics. They were all very cute and fluffy, and even though they did kill some people, they are still nice in my opinion. They helped our main characters because in the end they are just kids that got an unfortunate ending. But the cupcake, that thing is brutal, okay? That thing was tired of being eaten and decided to just eat everyone instead, you know? That thing, that's evil. That thing was evil, okay? I don't think there were parts of the movie that I didn't like. I think everything in general was good. There were parts that I liked more than others. For example, I really liked the part where they are all very happy in the pizzeria working with the animatronics to just build a fort. I think that was very cute, and I really liked the dream sequences. They were very interesting, and I'm sure that there are things hidden there that I didn't notice, and I'll just keep watching videos until I understand everything. And I think there will be more movies in the future. I think there will be 3 in total from what I read on the internet. And I don't know, of course, what will happen, but I would like to see more animatronics, maybe more establishments, but at least more animatronics. I think it would be interesting. I would love to see the puppet, honestly, but the animatronics like Baby would be scary to see because they aren't fluffy, they are hard plastic. And so I think it would be terrifying if they were to show, because the animatronics that we got in this movie, they are hard plastic, but they have like a coat of fluffiness on top of them, so they look more cute. And those from the Baby location, they are just plastic and they are terrifying. And I think they would be scarier than the ones that we got because they just look very cute. And I hope Vanessa ends up okay, because she was in a rough shape in the end of the movie. And I don't know, will she become a villain? Who knows? No one knows. And of course, our favorite yellow bunny killer has to come back for more hunting and killing. He's our villain and he will always come back and be our villain every single time. And for the next movies, I'll probably dress up as different characters because I really want to dress up as Foxy. Like, Foxy is one of my favorites. In the meantime, I'll just keep watching videos of Easter eggs and theories and have fun watching them. And we are already in the end of the video, so don't forget to leave a like if you haven't, comment your thoughts on the movie and subscribe so you don't miss the next videos. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!